Before there was time, before there was form, before the whisper of a single heartbeat or the flicker of a single star, there was only God, unseen, unmeasured, unimaginable. He existed beyond everything that could ever exist. No beginning, no end, no boundary to his glory. He was the stillness and the storm, the silence and the song, the fire that needed no fuel, the light that cast no shadow. In that infinite eternity, there was no sun, no moon, no sky, only radiance, the essence of holiness, the beauty of perfection itself. But within the vastness of his being, there stirred a thought, an intention. Not born from loneliness, for he was complete, but from love overflowing, and love desires to give, love longs to share. So he spoke, and heaven was born, heaven, realm of glory, home of light, the first creation, a place where the presence of God shimmered like endless sunrise, where rivers of living fire flowed before his throne, and the air itself carried worship like a heartbeat. And there, in that celestial realm, he created beings of fire and spirit, angels, countless and radiant, each one formed with purpose and purity. Some would guard, some would serve, some would sing. Together they filled eternity with sound, an eternal harmony rising and falling like the breath of God. Among them was one whose beauty outshone the rest. Lucifer, the morning star, brilliant, magnificent, and wise. His garments glowed with precious stones. His voice carried melodies that stirred the heavens. He was not merely an angel. He was heaven's conductor, the reflection of divine order. When he moved, creation seemed to move with him. When he sang, light rippled across eternity, and for ages beyond human counting, he stood nearest to the throne. But perfection can be dangerous when the gaze turns inward. Lucifer looked upon his reflection, on the light within him, and a new thought flickered where no darkness had ever been. Why not me? That single question would fracture eternity. He began to crave the throne that was not his. He began to see the Creator's glory as a crown he could wear. And in that silent moment, the first seed of pride took root in heaven. Lucifer, the bearer of light, became the father of lies. He whispered his pride to others, clothed in the language of beauty and freedom. Why should we serve? Are we not also glorious? Should not our thrones rise among the stars? A third of heaven's host listened. Angels who once sang now hesitated. Loyalty trembled, and rebellion was born. Then came the first war, not fought with swords of metal, but with wills of fire. Michael, the archangel of truth, arose with those who remained loyal. The sound that filled heaven was no longer worship, but warfare. Thunder rolled through eternity as light collided with light. Wings burned with glory. Trumpets of judgment resounded. The heavens themselves seemed to weep. And then it ended. Lucifer fell. He fell like lightning from the throne of God, down through the dimensions of glory, down into shadow. The angels who followed him became twisted echoes of their former beauty. Dark, hateful, unholy, heaven's first exile was complete. A silence followed, deep, trembling silence. No song rose, no light moved, only the throne stood unshaken. And then God spoke again. From that silence came the words that would shape eternity. It was the first dawn, not in heaven, but in a new realm, a realm of matter and dust and possibility. Time began. Space unfolded. Stars ignited in praise, and heaven watched in awe as the Creator formed a world. Lucifer, now Satan the adversary, watched from afar. Seething with fury, he saw oceans swirl and mountains rise, birds take flight. and life awakened from the earth. But what broke his pride completely was what came next, from the dust. God formed man, not radiant like an angel, not vast like a star, just human, fragile, small, mortal. And yet in that fragile frame, he placed something Lucifer had never possessed. He breathed his own spirit into clay, and man became a living soul. Heaven rejoiced, and hell trembled, for the very thing Lucifer desired, divine likeness, was freely given to a creature of dust. And so, jealousy became vengeance. He could not strike heaven again, but he could wound the heart of God by turning his creation against him. Thus began the ancient war for the soul of man. But before that war touched earth, heaven had already written its answer. For even before the fall of Lucifer, even before the foundations of the world, the plan of redemption had already been set. The Lamb had already been chosen. Grace was older than sin. Mercy was written into eternity before rebellion ever began. For God knew what pride would do. He knew what freedom would cost, but he still created. Because love is not love if it is forced. Heaven, before creation, was more than beauty. It was a revelation. Testimony that even in perfection, choice must exist. That true worship must come not from command, but from love freely given. Lucifer's fall did not corrupt God's plan. It revealed it. It showed that the throne was unshakable, that light cannot be dimmed by shadow, that every act of rebellion only magnifies the justice and mercy of the one who reigns. And so, from that moment on, two kingdoms were set. Heaven, the kingdom of light and love, and hell, the kingdom of pride and decay. The line was drawn, and humanity would become the battlefield between them. But even as the darkness schemes, heaven is never silent. The same voice that said, "Let there be light," continues to echo through the hearts of those who seek truth. Every sunrise, every heartbeat, every act of compassion is a reminder that the Creator still reigns. The angels who remained loyal still serve. Unseen but near, guardians of purpose, messengers of grace. And Lucifer, though fallen, still burns with his ancient envy, seeking to undo what he can never defeat. Yet the outcome was sealed long before he ever fell. For light was the first word spoken, and it will be the last word heard. When the stars fade and time itself ends, when every throne of men and angels is bowed before him, then the echo of that first rebellion will be silenced forever. There will be no more pride, no more war, no more fall, only the unending song of those who chose love. Because before creation began, before heaven took shape, before even the angels sang their first note, God already saw it all. He saw the rise and fall of kings, the sorrow of the cross, the joy of redemption. He saw the end from the beginning, and still said, "It is good." Heaven before creation was not empty. It was full of intention. It was the birthplace of purpose. And even now, beyond time and sight, that purpose still unfolds with every breath of life. For the same God who spoke light into the void still speaks into hearts today, saying, "I was there before the beginning, and I will be there after the end, forever holy, forever just, forever love, forever God."